So even though this is a really nice anchorage here, it is a little bit rolly and we've got a lot of boat jobs to do in tight places and cutting hose lines and things like that. So we're going to move into the breakwater and we've finally got permission to go in. So that's what we're going to do now, bright and early. So it's not that we're giving up, but we're just quitting being here.
I think it's supposed to be the other way around. It's not that we're quitting, we're just giving up being here. We managed to get anchored, we managed to get stern anchored. Never done that before, as you said. And
we've been sitting on the boat for a little while, watching how it's going, and we're not moving, so we're actually happy with our stern anchor. It's just that everything else is moving. There's quite a lot of swell actually coming just straight in the opening between the breakwalls. The other boats are spinning, especially one of them's really like just fully turning, coming towards us.
I took like a 2-minute video and I'll play that and I'll speed it up just so you can see, but it was 2 minutes and boats were everywhere.
And then also, we're just not used to it, but the anchor, like the chain at the front, it pulls and so we move backwards, and then the rope at the back pulls and then we move forward, and it's just like a constant tug of war, and we have to get used to that sound, I think.
I don't know, I think it's the surge in here. It's not good. Anyway, not quitting, giving up, or not giving up, quitting. Either way you want to do it, we're moving and going back to where we just were.
Yeah, it was also pretty there, so
yeah.
I never wanted to move, just for the record.
For the record, I'm the one who wanted to move. Yep. Okay, we got the stern anchor up. It only cost us 1 cerveza, which I offered to pay. The 3 fishermen in a panga came over because I was struggling to lift up the anchor, and they were able to pull it free with their boat. So it was very, very, very nice of them. And so now we're in stage 2 of quitting and or giving up. So now we just got to pull up the main anchor and go re-anchor where we were before. So we just walked up a big hill, beautiful cobblestone, to get to the hotel where there's a restaurant, but there's no restaurant. So now we're gonna walk back down that same hill and we're gonna go to the restaurant that we already found.
I've got nothing to add. I'm hungry.
And we have our friends here that have made the journey with us. I'm not gonna say we went the wrong way because we didn't. It's just the restaurant wasn't actually a restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant at the end of the universe wasn't.
No.
Or maybe we didn't make it to the end of the universe. There's a lot of adorable dogs around here though.
Lots of chihuahuas.
How are you doing? Oh, you're such a cutie. And you're such a cutie. Oh, you are jumping up. I love you so much. Oh, they're all so cute. Okay, we gotta go. Absolutely gorgeous here, the shoreline. You just gotta be sure you're looking because there's cars rolling around kind of more than you would expect, but not that much. Everyone's super, super kind though. Like, yeah. I'd imagine they'd just stop if you were in the way. Well, happy New Year's Eve. We were just trying to reposition the boat to maybe drop a stern anchor, and the engine, I think, hydrolocked again. So that's not great, but I think with a quick response, hopefully we can fix it this time. So we will, we'll see. I'm just gonna pull the injectors off really quick and see if I can suck out any seawater that might be in there. It did start and it was idling for a while.
Yeah, that's right. I was inside and I heard the clunking sound and ran over and turned it off.
Which at that point it had already stalled. So we're hoping that there's no damage.
But yeah, we're in the outside the sea wall, so it is quite rolly, and because we wanted to do the water maker, we thought maybe we'll try and make it more comfortable by trying to do the stern anchor out here. Because we practiced that the other day.
Which was clearly a mistake. Alright, all the injectors are out. Let's see if anything pumps out of here. There's nothing in the injectors to suck out, so there's no water in the injectors. So maybe we bent a rod or something like that. So we're gonna take off the valve cover again and check the rods.
And the injectors themselves look fine, don't they?
Yeah, the injectors look okay. We tried to suck water out of the cylinders like we did last time, but there's no water in the cylinders. And we're not quite sure what's going on. If you can hear that, that's coming out of this cylinder, and it'll change depending on when I crank the engine. It'll come out of a different cylinder, and it's going like up and down with the waves. So like its air is being like forced out and then sucked back in, and then forced out and sucked back in.
Yeah, it sounds like it's breathing, and you can see and feel which one it's coming out of.
And so we're not 100% sure what the cause of that is. I mean, the engine ran great for the time we ran it when we were coming down here for the like 4 or 5 hours.
And then when we tried to anchor in the different spot the other day, it was fine. There was no issues.
Yeah, all the testing went well. We replaced the. I thought we would put one of the cheaper ones, but we actually put like a True Design anti-siphon loop in there. So it's a good anti-siphon loop that we put in there. And I'm just not quite.
Plus, there's no water.
Yeah, plus there's no water. And so I've spun all of these rods, and they're all straight. So there's no issue there. I guess we're gonna start Googling. So I feel like kind of an idiot. I was hand cranking over the engine, and it was going really well. So I was like, okay, whatever it was might have just cleared, which was just a stupid thought. And then I kind of got to the end of hand cranking, and I was gonna try and start it up again, like put everything back together and start it up again. And then the hand cranking got a little bit harder, so I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And so I went to crank it a little bit more, and then it stopped. And I was curious because it had done more than one full crank over, and the seacock's closed, so no more water could get in the system, and this breathing of like the exhaust or whatever is natural when you're in waves. That's fine. We found out. Thanks, Harry, and random guy on the internet. And then I was looking down the engine, and you can kind of see the driveline a little bit from here, but not really. And there's a cable, a big cable wrapped around the driveline, and that's what's caused it. Now, I had zip tied all of these cables out of the way. They weren't run very well, but I just figured I'd zip tie them out of the way, and then I would rerun them. But this cable goes to our powered winch that's for our jib sheet, but it doesn't work.
Even work.
Yeah, it doesn't even work. So it's not connected, and it was zip tied out of the way. I zip tied it further out of the way, but I guess the zip ties must have broke, and then it got wrapped up, and it wrapped a bunch of some other wires up and everything. So I don't quite know the full damage yet, but I'm kind of sitting here just relieved that I know what it is and whatever electrical we can fix. And so even though we were about to install the water maker, I'm just going to jump on this real quick and get this cable freed up.
And then put the engine back together.
Put the engine back together. Good news, I think, but we're pretty sure. So you can see the wire right here. It's a big wire. It's supposed to go to our powered winch, but the powered winch doesn't work. So the zip tie holding it up must have broke. So that's my fault. I got to put multiple zip ties on. We decided to put the engine back together before freeing up the driveline. We still have to free up the driveline. It looks like we're gonna have to cut the cable, but we didn't want to drop anything into the engine while we were kind of struggling with that because it's in a tight spot. So the engine is pretty much back together now.
Yeah, good job, Bobby. It was heaps quicker than last time, and you took like 45 minutes.
Can we talk about that nickname? Can I get like a more badass nickname, like something more hardcore, like Darcy Destroyer of Worlds or something?
No, Bobby is good. And we just got a call on the radio while we were doing this from a boat that's over closer to town, and they called out for the pink catamaran and asked if we're doing anything, and they're going to take us to the other side of the island in a pickup truck, or a ute, I guess.
A ute.
A ute. Some sort of open car, because they've got room for lots of people, over to the other side of the island where there's some waves, and go surfing.
Yeah, so we're going to get to go surfing. So we get rewarded for doing good work putting the engine back together. And if you're wondering if we're going to leave the driveline just how it is for now, 100% we are. Because we have like 15 minutes to get over there.
And we have another engine.
Yeah.
You can always use that in there.
Knock on wood.
I mean, we seem to have one engine working at each time. The other one breaks and that one's good. And then we fix that one, the other one breaks.
So we got a nice limousine ride here in the back of a pickup truck.
Well, we just got dropped off. Such a nice man gave us a ride down here. We're the only ones at the beach, and there's a cute little shack and some couches we can chill on. Darcy and a couple of the others have surfboards and are going to go out for a bit of a surf. Looks pretty big actually. There has been a huge amount of big waves up and down the west coast of America and Mexico. So I guess that's come here. Always looks smaller on camera. And it's a beautiful day as always.
that was interesting. I caught 2 waves, and then like 3 or 4 waves caught me. So I think I might be losing, but tons of fun. It is exhausting out there, like absolutely exhausting. You just get like beaten up, but tons of fun though.
Yeah, I'll go in next time.
Next time you got this.
But sick that we got to borrow a board.
Yeah, awesome that we got to borrow a board. We were fortunate that we sail with wetsuits, and good workout, good fun. And now I can say that I surfed a massive swell. Apparently Mavericks is like 60 feet right now. I mean, we had a solid 5 or 6 feet out here, so just add a 0.
Not quite 60, but it's still big for us.
Yeah, tons of fun though. Oh, so much fun.
We're just walking down to the other beach on this headland. There's lots of huge shells that we can see, so we're going to go for a little bit of an explore before we head back.
See if we can find some cool shells for the shower. We don't actually have a shower, it's just a bag, but we will soon at some point. Not
One
soon.
day we'll have a shower.
One day.
Yeah, don't say soon. They have abalone, lots of abalone here. This isn't one of them, but we've seen a few abalone shells, and only Mexicans can harvest them or whatever, because there's not that many left, and so it's a bit of a delicacy. You can buy them in the markets here and cook them up. We haven't tried them yet. And the other big thing on this island is a massive salt
mine?
Salt mine, but they don't actually mine it here. They just get it from lots of different places in Mexico, and it all comes to here where the big ships can come and take the salt all over the world. So that's pretty cool. Massive piles of salt.
Let's go find some more shells.
Yeah.
Home sweet home.
Oh, again?
We're going out at around 9 p.m. tonight. Supposedly everyone spends around 9 p.m. dinner with their family, and then all the Mexican locals will come out to the streets and have a party leading up to midnight, let off some firecrackers, have some drinks, and bring in the new year.
I can already hear the music starting.
Yeah, it's just pumping.
All right, let's get tied up and get some tacos in us.
Yum.
Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Mwah!
Wait and see.
Blah, blah, blah,
Uh-oh.
That landed in the boat. That legitimately landed in that boat.
Let's see if it starts.
Oh no, that's a flare.
So we may have misunderstood how this town celebrates New Year's. They're not all on the streets dancing. They stay inside and celebrate with family. That became quite clear when 3 cops looked at us very suspiciously for quite a long time for being the only ones outside walking the streets on New Year's Eve. And if you're wondering, that flare did start a fire on that boat, but it was only small, and the people that shot it went over and put it out. We're about to leave Cedros Island and head to Turtle Bay. Pretty much all the other boats have already gone, some heading to Turtle Bay, some to Mag Bay. So we're pretty excited to head to our new spot. We've had a great time here. Got some boat jobs done, celebrated New Year's.
Yeah, I mean the key boat job, unwrapping the wire off of the prop shaft, not prop shaft, the drive shaft. So I mean that was, I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah.
Learned a lot as usual.
Yeah, the New Year's celebration was toned down but very interesting. It was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Kind of like a ghost town, but and I got to go surfing, which man, I don't surf. I mean, you guys saw. It's obvious I don't surf, but I was super happy about that.
Yeah. All right, on to Turtle Bay.
Yeah, and if we're lucky, we're gonna catch Flapdoodle. We're probably not gonna catch him. That's the boat we've been buddy boating with.
Unplanned buddy boating.
Yeah, well, unplanned, planned buddy boating. We've been running from the same weather systems and kind of have a similar itinerary of that we don't have an itinerary at all. So.
And they're Aussies, so.
Yeah, which I've forgiven them for.
I like outnumbering him for once.
So we got about 15 knots of wind. And we're gonna hopefully hoist a sail. Not gonna sail off of anchor, but maybe we will again someday soon.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going.
So I've managed to get the mainsail out just while we're at anchor, and so we're in irons. Going to turn the engines on now, pull the anchor up, motor away from land, which is just there, and the wind's blowing us onto, and then we'll get out of here. And at least we've got the mainsail out now. A bit of difficulty though.
I might have started the engine with it in gear, but we're good now. No panic. What are you looking at?
Well, we're just heading into Turtle Bay now. We had a great day, sailed part of it, then the wind kind of died down, put an engine on, and then there was so many like crab pot buoys or
like fishing line or something.
Yeah.
We were sailing, and we sailed over like 3 or 4 lines, and it's fortunate for us. The setup at the bottom of the boat, like it's really protected against that. But then we turned the engine on because there was no more wind, and man, was it bad. Like we were going into neutral, and you couldn't see anything because the sun glare was on the water.
I was standing up at the front of the boat and screaming where they were. Because we've never seen it, but there'd be like a buoy here, a buoy there, and then a rope under the water, just under the water, perfect depth to catch the prop. Between them, and sometimes they were really far apart, so you'd see a buoy over there and then another one, and there'd actually be lines under the water between them. So
it's crazy. We didn't get hooked up on any. The boat we were buddy boating with got hooked up on 2. They actually had to go for a dive on the second one they got hooked up on, so
they've tested the water for us.
Yeah, they've tested the water. It's
and they radioed back as well to let us know.
Yeah. So. It's gotten 2 degrees warmer just in 30 miles, so that's awesome.
Anyway, we've got to go.
Yeah.
We've got an anchoring to do and some more boat jobs maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, we're just pulling in now. Turtle Bay is seconds away, and we're gonna anchor and hopefully not hit something. Yeah. There was a boat that sunk here a couple weeks ago, like a couple months ago, I think it was. Boat bum gal sunk just outside of Turtle Bay, and it hit some rocks that were on the charts, but that just kind of made us extra paranoid. It's such a massive entrance to get in here. It's like almost a mile wide, but I was still paranoid just because a boat had just sunk.
Yeah. So we've been looking over the charts a lot today.
Yeah. Extra careful.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get anchored.
Yeah.
So we're using our port engine to try and reverse, but it is no reverso. So we have to go turn it off because it only has forward apparently.
And we're just about to anchor, so we really don't want to keep going forward.
Yeah, stand by.
Another day, another boat problem. But also another nice anchorage. It's really big. This whole area is a huge wide bay. Turtle Bay. We want to wish everyone a very happy new year. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, subscribe and comment. It really means a lot to us. See you next Friday.